Okay, here we go. I don't know if this is better doing it this way or not. Alright, anyway. So now this is number 5 now in the Warmest discussion series. Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. 10 after 11 after 12 there now. I may do one more after this. I think probably 6 would probably be enough. And get into it some other point, guys, because again, it's like everything else. I try to chat with these things and so on. That it's all on the spur of the moment. I don't have anything written down, so it's whatever comes to me as I'm doing it, sort of thing. And you know, Saturday, August 22nd, 2020 at 10 after 11 after 12 in the afternoon. I think we ourselves actually should get on the ball a bit more and put more of our own material out there. And when I say put our own material out there, I'm talking like for gay lesbian people themselves. I'm talking about putting material out there of the same caliber, to the same level as these companies in Thailand, and China and whoever's putting the stuff together are doing. The productions of a similar caliber in the way the stuff is put together, the quality of the visuals and all that sort of stuff, the background, the sets and whatever they decide to. It needs to be put together in the same highly professional manner as these series are being put out. That part of it, other than with the Thai material constantly sticking with the same backdrop, kind of gets on your nerves after a while. It's fairly professional otherwise. So it doesn't have an amateurish look to it, sort of thing, or feel. Now that might be good, I don't know, that might be better to give it more of an authentic feel to have that, but we need to start doing the stuff ourselves and putting it out in the same kind of manner so that it looks very, very professional, very, very polished, and it also tells our stories in an accurate manner. It's time. It's time, guys, for us to start doing that. It's time for us as a global community to start getting our act together better, to tell our stories better. I'm not an overly educated man, okay? I'm an average old Joe that lives here in Newfoundland, Canada. I don't have a lot of education and so on. That I have tons of interest in all kinds of things. I like to express myself, as you can clearly see. But I don't have any training in film and all this sort of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not creative enough to be able to write stories of this nature. I could try, but my poor old brain just can't dream up the scenarios and all the rest of it, sort of thing. I know there's a lot that goes into telling these stories. Obviously. So I applaud the people that do this stuff, applaud their efforts for what they do manage to put together, because I know it can't be easy, but at the same time there needs to be more focus on reflecting the material, reflecting the people that you're talking about more accurately, so if we were doing it ourselves more, then we would probably get more of that kind of material out there, and maybe someone like myself wouldn't be here kind of grumbling about what is being produced, because it's not being produced by us, the gay lesbian community. But given the fact that anybody's making any effort to do it at all to any degree, I guess I need to try to be thankful for that. But at the same time, I can be thankful and still try to do my part to see if there's any way to improve upon it. So when it comes to the material that's being produced within the Boy Love community, there's a few little flaws that I need to jump into to bring up right off the bat that really need to be focused on soon, at some point, by somebody, whoever's going to keep telling these stories and so on. And one of these things is that even though it's called boy love, I assume that that's just a very loosely coined term or whatever, to just refer to male-to-male love in general. And just because you say boy, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be boys, does it? It has to be like teenage guys or whatever, or guys in their 20s. Why can't it just as easily be men in their 30s, or probably even in their 40s for that matter, who happen to be gay and in gay relationships? Why can't you tell their stories as well? Why can't it not come from a slightly older category of people? When you're telling these stories. That's one of my issues, that I've noticed that it's all focused on teenage guys just entering into adulthood, coming of age sort of thing. Okay, I understand that from a certain perspective. I fully understand where the women that write the sort of stuff, where they're coming from there, But at the same time, there's no point in getting locked into that one group of guys, and just everything be surrounded by that one group of guys, young men, teenage guys into their early to mid-20s sort of thing, and just stick with that one age bracket. So change up the age bracket, switch them up, like have more variety of age brackets in these stories. I think that would really make a huge difference. That would really spice things up considerably, and bring more people in as a viewing audience to want to watch it. If older people are seeing themselves reflected in, older guys are seeing themselves reflected in these series. You can find good-looking, fit, older men, I'm sure, to act these roles. They got to be out there. Guys, good-looking, fit guys in their 30s, 40s, and probably even up in my age bracket into their 50s. So you don't have to not focus on these guys because you can't find appealing enough fellows or whatever the case might be. And the other thing is, this is not my term, okay, guys, because I've seen other people express this term, use this term, and that is what is being called the fetishizing or fetishing or whatever of gay men. Now, I kind of understand what's being said there, actually, because even though I wouldn't have thought to use that term myself, it is probably a good term for what a good chunk of the people, the young women that write these stories, seem to be doing. Because it doesn't seem as though you talk to gay men yourself to find out their lifestyle and do some research. You have your fantasies about gay guys, and you kind of fetishize on those fantasies, and you just stick with that. And so, because you do that, you present a very highly skewed perspective of what gay lifestyle is about and the way gay guys operate, And, one big criticism, I'm after mentioning in the comments off and on some of these videos that I watched, some of these shows, series and that, is all of this forced involvement with other guys. Like a gay guy shows interest in another guy, whether he happens to be gay or not, you just target in on that guy, and you kind of force yourself on that guy until he finally breaks down and gives into you and decides to have a relationship with you. Well, the thing is, guys, I'm not aware that happens a big lot in the real world. I gotta say, I have had many crushes throughout my lifetime on straight guys, and it's ended in utter, total, complete disaster. It has never yet ended the way that it shows in these series, okay? It has ended with me having horrendous heartbreak and a very rough period in my life of several months, however long it's taken me to get over that individual, and a tremendous amount of stress and aggravation and frustration for the individual that's been the target of my, my affections. And rather than having the guy that's being the target of your affections eventually come across for you and get into the relationship with you, what would probably happen in real life, to be bluntly honest with you and to tell you the blunt honest truth, is that you are more likely to get the living crap beaten out of you by that straight guy if you keep pursuing him and he doesn't want it. Okay? Now, that's real life. That's what I've seen myself. I can't say that's exactly what I've experienced myself, but that is more than likely what would happen if you were, as a gay man, to pursue another man who for sure is straight. You know, it just doesn't happen in real life that that men come across for other men the way they show it in these boy love series if there's not any attraction whatsoever. You know, so 10 minutes already, guys. I feel like cursing now, guys, because I'm wanting to get all this stuff out and I can't get it out fast enough. I'll do one more. I don't know, two more. I'll try to get it in one more and leave it at that. Alright, take care, God bless. Cutting this off now, starting up again in a moment or two. Okay. Bye for now.